This is the best moments of the BBQ Central Show in 10 minutes or less. Ever wish you could re-listen to your favorite interview or segment? Do you enjoy hearing older shows for the first time in years? Then the best moments of the BBQ Central Show in 10 minutes or less is just what you need. Thanks for listening and enjoy the show.
Yes, indeed. I love to say it. Yes, indeed. It is what you need. And I'm so happy you stopped by to check this show out. I'm also happy to tell you that this show is brought to you by The Butcher Shop. Purveyors of highly sought after 100% Australian non-crossbred Wyvara 9 Plus briskets that are always handpicked just for you. The Butcher Shop has been retailing the finest meats for more than 15 years. Every week they're shipping out competition quality meats to many of the biggest teams in the competition scene across the nation. Simply put, teams who use The Butcher Shop win, and they win often. You may not be a competitor, but you still have an eye for the finer cuts. Great news, The Butcher Shop is shipping some of the finest prime, dry-aged Australian Wagyu and Japanese Wagyu steaks to people just like you and me who aspire to be the kings and queens of the cul-de-sac. The Butcher Shop always has Berkshire, Compart Duroc, Allegiance Duroc, and Prairie Fresh all-natural pork in stock. And again, it is always handpicked just for you. So let's review. The best competition briskets, they got it. The best pork selection, they got it. Giving you a better overall option to cook at home, they do it. So you give The Butcher Shop a call today. 850-458-8782. That's 850-458-8782. You mentioned the BBQ Central Show. You're getting 10% off your entire order each and every time you call. You can also go check them out on Facebook, facebook.com/The Butcher Shop. Shop is spelled SHOPPE. The Butcher Shop, home of the 100% Australian non-crossbred Wyvara 9 Plus briskets. And today, let's take a jump back to 2010, and Greg's going to catch up with
John Marcus coming up here in about 5 seconds, and Neil Straughter coming up after him, about half past. All right, let's go ahead and race over to the hotline. As promised, joining me for the next 25 minutes or so, creator, executive producer of BBQ Pitmasters, which can be seen every Thursday at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard on TLC. He's an Emmy Award-winning producer. He won the chicken category 2 weeks ago at the New Paltz barbecue competition in New York, and is the pitmaster of Central Pork West barbecue team, here to take on all comers, haters, dare I say, supporters of Season 2 of BBQ Pitmasters. Friend of the show, John Marcus, joining us here on the BBQ Central radio show. John, is there anything more pathetic than an internet radio show putting an Emmy Award-winning producer on hold?
I'll tell you something. When it comes to barbecue, I'm learning total humility.
Look, I humbly apologize. I mean, how disrespectful. Look,
no apology necessary, Greg. Listen, I'm somebody who can get a first place in chicken. I can also tank my brisket. So it doesn't matter to me. It's all good.
It's the romance of barbecue, right?
It's something in our blood, you know. We have the DNA that makes us want to do it. So you can't explain it to people. You just go out there and you just do what you got to do. You feel it.
All right, so let's talk about the show. And first and foremost, let me get this out, because you made this very clear in our communications here over the last couple of days, that if somebody was so inclined to want to call in this portion of the show tonight, you're taking calls. So that's toll-free number for those people that want to jump in tonight and ask you any questions or give you their take on Season 2 of BBQ Pitmasters. It's 877-448-0433. Look, you go on any social network and you see a lot of little bit of disdain for the format change. And has the mortar fire started to die down a little bit, John, or is it still coming in pretty heavy, do you think?
You know, it's funny. I read every post. It's part of what I feel my responsibility to the barbecue community is. And I always find, because I have now done 4 of these shows. Right. This is the 4th version of the show. And the first wave are always the people that like to use words like suck and awful, and I'm throwing my DVR out the window. You hear those things in the first wave, and then that wave often gives way, as it has been lately, to people that have a more tempered view of the show, a little bit more like honest, open view. They're not out to kill it. They're out to understand what we're doing. So what's the thought? I mean, why are people coming out with venom and vigor those first show or two, but then it seems to temper a little bit, as you said? Why what is that reaction? I have to say, I'm part of this problem, because season 1 on TLC really did appeal to the purest of barbecue competitors. The people that go out and cook weekends or around that world, they're really invested in what competition barbecue is. They feel proprietary about it. They own it. They feel it's theirs. So they would like to keep on track with that kind of programming. So they're going to be the first to have that kind of reaction.
All right, so episode 4 airs tomorrow night. This is probably one of the more anticipated shows because 3 of the 4 contestants very active on a few of the bigger barbecue forums, most notably the Barbecue Brethren forum website. You emailed me looking to get on tonight. You've seen the blow-by-blow from viewers of the show this season, really lighting up social media outlets, as I had said, kind of with their initial disdain in regards to the new format. Were you initially surprised at some of the reaction that you were getting, or is this something that you were actually anticipating, or was it somewhere in between?
I tell you, I think one of the strengths and the great weaknesses of the internet, it allows people to do hit and runs, to be snarky, to like say, boy, I can just go out there and I can like do a drive-by on something that I don't like, and I don't have to deal with the consequences of my words. So it didn't surprise me the level that I saw in the forums. Was it more than I anticipated? You bet it was. So I was a little surprised at the level of it, but not surprised that we were going to get it because I knew what was being added to the show far before the viewer did. So being a purist and a barbecue competitor myself, I knew what they weren't going to like.
John Marcus joining us here, executive producer, creator of Barbecue Pitmasters, which airs on TLC every Thursday at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. John, do you think the first season's format would have been more likely to keep its legs had the outpouring of support been as big as the outpouring of discontent has been regarding season 2? You got the Facebook page for Pitmasters, the TLC's main Facebook page have both been lit up. The Kingsford Facebook page is getting some collateral damage as well. Was there this type of vocal support for the show and its format last season?
I said it before. I'll say it again. I don't think a lot of us would be talking right this minute if it wasn't for John Marcus. I just think he created this thing that we call barbecue and grilling today. Want to hear what else John had to say? Head over to the bbqcentralshow.com. Link in today's show notes will take you to this complete episode. Did you like that little intro on this one? It was kind of a Bob Ross happy little accident. I just went with it. I'm not going to lie. I'd rather be lucky than good. Let me know if you like it. Let me know if it sucked. I don't know if I can repeat it. Blah, blah, blah. Who cares? And until next time on the best moments of the Barbecue Central Show in 10 minutes or less, I'm your host, John Solberg. I look forward to talking to you again soon.